What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Last Night in Soho. Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you'd like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. Now, this movie has a big twist reveal that'll absolutely floor you. It is so damn juicy, but I've made a promise not to spill those beans or not to tell you what that secret is. So this review is spoiler free. I repeat, there are no spoilers in this video review. The last time Edgar Wright gave us a horror film, it was laced with comedy, Shaun of the Dead. This one, however, is a straight up whodunit horror with neon drenched visuals and spellbinding performances by both Anya and Thomasin. Last Night in Soho is a haunting Hitchcockian thriller that's very well crafted and superbly executed. It's such an intoxicating ride. You don't always quite know where the dreamscapes end and the nightmares begin. Written by Edgar Wright and Krysty Wilson-Cairns and directed by Edgar Wright, Last Night in Soho is a psychological thriller about Eloise, an aspiring fashion designer who's mysteriously able to enter the 1960s where she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer, Sandy. But the glamour is not all it appears to be, and the dreams of the past start to crack and splinter into something far darker. Starring Anya Taylor-Joy, Thomasin McKenzie, Matt Smith, and Terrence Stamp. What I love about Edgar Wright, the filmmaker, are probably the same reasons why you're a big fan of his too. One of which is his peculiar use of songs or soundtrack in his films. And in this case, the selections that accompany the 1960s era range from the familiar to the obscure, but they're all mystifying and unsettling as Thomasin's character Eloise spirals down into madness. The movie's got so much cinematic grit, from the mirror reflection tricks to the 60s London vibe. They're all so seductive and zestful, and they move about with such strong purpose. Although I think a lot of people would find some of the scenes a bit jarring, and perhaps Edgar Wright could have eased up on the intensity, but I would argue that those are the elements that keep me on the edge of my seat. The legendary Terrence Stamp, with his ghoulish bravado, also helps in making the mystery even more twisted and more puzzling than it already is. I can't get into the details of the themes because that might venture into spoiler territory, but I will say this. Last Night in Soho is the closest to #MeToo story that you're ever gonna get from the fantastically glorious mind of Edgar Wright. Last Night in Soho is not just a movie, it's an experience.